That's not something we need right now.
No, it's true. It's true. Jeez. Welcome, everyone. This is the Fireside Chat with Xander and Alkali. We regularly do the Dragon Show on YouTube and other things, and we're lucky to join you today.
I am thrilled to be here. So let's start off with the chat. Chat, what are you drinking? Because for us, it is time. We are all the way out here in sunny Chicago, which is why I'm not wearing the jacket.
Social distancing. We are a couple, by the way. So
yes,
they might not know.
We're allowed to be within 6 feet of each other because in bed we try to stay more than 6 feet apart. You toss and turn a lot.
I constantly push you away.
You constantly kick me.
Or I wake up on the ground.
Okay, that happened once.
I mean, yeah. So, it's good here to be at Megaplex again.
Oh,
absolutely. I was saying to Alkali, he didn't know all the theme parks that are around in Orlando and stuff.
I know there's Disney. Orlando is Disney.
There's more than just Disney, man.
No, okay, look. There's not more than corn in Indiana, and Orlando is Disney.
God, Jesus. Orlando's okay, fine.
And all horns are ska.
All horns are ska.
All horns. You can't see it. We have a mouse sitting behind the camera helping with technical support. And this was an argument that we got into quite a long time ago. For you see, this one over here made the proclamation that all songs with horns in it are ska. Mm-hmm. From the other room, our friend, the mouse, Miko, yells out, "You mean taps?" So Xander lost that argument, but he wasn't done yet. See, Xander doesn't like being wrong, so the rest of that day, he stewed on it.
And he tried real quick.
Absolutely.
If you make a ska version of taps, I will pay for that shit.
I would pay for a ska version of taps.
All right, continue.
Well, we had a very long day. Xander, who, by the way, if you don't know, Xander really takes care of himself because he's very worried about his ticker. Oh, Xander and his ticker, he always takes so good care, working out every day. And that night, as we're laying in bed, him not wanting to lose the argument, asked our robot friend and said, "Alexa, what is ska?" Expecting the answer, ska is horns.
No, you turned her on.
That's hysterical.
Stop turning on
Our
the
garage Alexa just turned on. Well, she did have an answer, and the answer was ska, sudden cardiac arrest.
Oh, yeah.
If you ever want to have a wonderful night with your mate who is worried about his ticker, have your robot randomly tell you what sudden cardiac arrest is.
I hate ska. I always worry about it every day.
I know you're super worried about ska.
Every day I'm worried about
Well, you know why?
Huh.
You're horny. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. You just never know. Gwen Stefani could be out over there.
Dude.
Just skying it up.
Just Gwen Stefani. It's a constant fear. Gwen Stefani.
She could go back to her roots and just start skying all over the place. You don't know.
Hello, Miss Strawberry. We miss you so much. And by the way, as you can tell, my tequila drink, just a nice clear liquid. I miss your beautiful drinks. She layered them, Xander.
I'm just doing the classic Diet Coke and rum, which is probably my first and last drink. No, I don't even know. No.
Your first time, I'm sorry. I'm declaring.
I'm predicting. Okay? You never know what your last drink's going to be, but most likely it'll be this.
You watched it with me. Do you remember Midnight Gospel?
Yes.
One of my favorite lines from Midnight Gospel is Death talking to the main character. No, don't worry. You're going to die on a rolling chair. Just a throwaway line that I absolutely adore in the show.
And I can tell I'm kind of inebriated because I got one leg up on the chair.
Oh, you're sitting like a, what do we call it? Yeah, the barbarian. This is sitting like a barbarian in our house. So, where did that come from? Didn't we just yell at you one night?
I believe Tamus said I sit like a barbarian.
Oh, that wasn't Tamus.
Yes.
It is fun. As we go through the night, you can always tell how inebriated we are by how he is sitting in the chair.
It's true.
And that's how I know how to end the night. If he's ever upside down in the chair with his head just facing down, we end the drinking, but we start something else.
You brought something else that reminded me of something, and maybe you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You had a story to tell that you saw downtown.
I did see something downtown. We are living in COVID times. It's not something that we're going to get around, and it's something that I don't mind talking about because the world is different and we all need to accept that. And there is a person who personifies the acceptance of COVID, and I did not get to meet them, and that is a travesty on my part. I should have driven up to him and thanked him for a glorious moment. For I work in downtown Chicago, and one night I was driving home through the financial district. Now, the financial district, even at night, should have cars going through it. Mainly police, but still cars. Well, on this night, there is not a soul on the road. And there it is, 1:30 in the morning. And as I pull out of the parking garage from work, they're going down the middle of the street on a rented Chicago bicycle. Totally shirtless, wearing a leather shirt and wizard cap, is a gentleman who is cosplaying as the main character from Midnight Gospel, riding his bike down the middle of the street with his arms out. And all I could think of is that man is living his best life right now. He's not going to let COVID get him down.
It was Clancy, right?
It was Clancy, and it was inspirational. And actually, I believe that night I came home, and for the first time in a month, we streamed. Because I'm not going to let this thing get me down. Yeah, things are different, but if we don't make the best of it, I don't know. There should be a witty line at the end of there, but just make the best of it.
Ain't nothing gonna break your stride. Ain't nothing gonna slow you down. See, you can do spoken word.
I only have so many shot classes. I don't want to shatter this yet.
Shot. Don't throw away your shot. Do not throw away your shot.
Okay, you're not allowed to watch Hamilton and then start singing that song every time I have a drink.
It reminded me of you so much. Because every time someone puts a fucking drink in your hand, it's like, I'm not going to throw away my shot.
I'm not going to throw away my
Xander, I'm not going to waste this. I'm not going to throw away my shot. This is $50. And then he's on the floor, so.
Oh, God. So we are watching the chat, guys. If there's anything you want to talk about, throw it in the chat. We are here to interact with you. This is our Fireside chat. This is something that we like to do once a month, and we'll continue to do once a month on our own channel, The Dragon Show on YouTube, after I get out of the hellscape, which is my job. And the locusts are here. Oh, good. The next level of the plague has arrived.
Dragger just saw a, what do you call it, cicada the other day.
That's right, cicada, not locusts.
Is that it?
Oh. Sorry, I got them backwards.
One is a plague in the Bible. One come out every once in a while and screw, and then go back underground.
That sounds like the plague for now.
Yeah, true. Oh my God.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for chat.
Thank you for chat. Oh man. So yes, thank you here. Thank you for joining us here in Chicago, also in Orlando via the internet. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. We're going to start off with, oh man.
What's up?
Axel, yes, I do remember the Ghost Pepper vodka.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Oh, boy. You see, no, you had the Ghost Pepper cider. That's the one that we had in the house. I had actually had experience with some of the pepper-related vodka drinks in the past. However, at Megaplex, during Cards Against Humanity, they got me to do a shot of a ghost pepper-infused alcohol, and obviously, because he remembers and I don't, vodka. And it destroyed me. Was that Megaplex that you guys did that?
Probably.
I don't even remember.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't remember. Probably because of ghost pepper vodka. Thanks.
Well, it's been good.
Hello, Moderator Orion.
I know it wasn't too bad because you'll still probably drink ghost pepper vodka. Rather than Rumplemints, which is gone forever.
There are only two drinks that I will not drink unless I have to for charity, and that is Malort, the Chicago original.
Yep.
I genuinely do not like that drink, which is very rare for me. Usually I can find something about it that I like. The aftertaste on Malort is too much for me. I do not enjoy it. And Rumplemints, which, by the way, was probably one of my first drinks that I would drink over and over repeatedly. And Furries got rid of that one out of my cabinet. Thanks for that.
Oh, boy. Oh, shit.
The Pocky flip-flops? Oh, boy.
Let's see. How can any of us forget the Pokey Flip? I don't know. Okay. I'm trying to work with it.
Flip-flops with nails.
Oh,
I love you
see.
guys.
That sounds like something I watch.
That's
because I watch wrestling,
that does sound like
and
something
one of the
you
guys
watch.
I watched, like, he's a skateboarder, so he's filled his skateboard with thumbtacks and rode it on somebody's back. It was not pleasant for that person, but yeah, flippy pokey.
Terry Moose, I saw about do apologize about the diabetes. I would look into tequila. Somebody might have a better answer for this than me. Tequila is very unique to me. I got into tequila because at one point I dieted. Believe it or not, I used to be not round. I used to be a shape that was, had angles to it. That doesn't exist anymore. But tequila doesn't have sugar. It uses agave, which is a type of sugar, but I don't know what that would do to your diabetes. I do know that it's a great drink for not getting hungover the next day. And Tazima, yeah, tequila brand tequila. That is the exception that proves the rule. If you don't know what tequila brand tequila is, there is a company out there that makes boozes in opaque plastic bottles here in Chicago. They don't have a brand name. They don't have anything but the name of the alcohol. They're supposed to be cooking alcohols. So the first time I experienced, maybe it wasn't the first time, but a time I experienced tequila was a bottle of tequila brand tequila, an opaque plastic bottle with the word tequila on the side. It made me retch.
Is that even legal? Because, like, you can't copyright the thing, right? Like, you can't just say.
I mean, some people can apparently. Disney can copyright anything. Orlando! Fix the copyright law.
Orlando brand.
Orlando brand.
I mean, it just doesn't work. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I was going to ask you, have you ever been a fan of roller coasters? Have you ever been on roller coaster?
I love roller coasters. Okay. Actually, there was an FCLR in Vegas where I got to join Duncan and the late great Takaza, who are both so into roller coasters. They were part of the Roller Coaster Society.
Oh,
they had actually meet together and have roller coasters designers show up and then ride the roller coaster that the designer had made. It's actually pretty cool. Like, I've heard of people renting out theme parks, but like a group of people like, no, we're renting out that roller coaster.
When you said Roller Coaster Society, is like their whole economy is based on roller coasters?
I mean, seriously, we made up money. How is that any different?
It's true. If you look, you have to wait in the line. It's more of like a philosophy. Wait in the line.
Wait in the line.
And then you will have your fun.
That's how it works.
The Coaster Society.
I do appreciate, if I remember correctly, one of the things I know the Coaster Society did is they had an annual event that was a nonstop ride on a roller coaster, and they did it for charity. So think of like, remember how maybe you had this when you were growing up in your school where people would sponsor you for every mile you walk, and then you had to keep track of it, and then that would be their donation.
Oh.
Did you ever have that?
Never did that for
We
us.
did that at my grade school.
Okay.
These guys did it for a roller coaster. And all I can think of, and I don't know how many of you are aware of this roller coaster. It does not exist anymore. You know it. Mm-hmm. The Shockwave in not Chicago, but north of us. Where the hell was that?
Oh,
Six Flags Great America.
Six Flags.
There was a roller coaster called the Shockwave, and I grew up when they created this thing. At the time, it was the world's first banking drop, and it also had 7 loop-de-loop / corkscrews. But that wasn't the part of the Shockwave that blew people away. What it was the roller coaster was so jaunty, it was so back and forth, that the harness that went over your neck was just used to bang your head back and forth. So it was basically a headache on tracks. But on the other hand, one of the best roller coasters in the parks.
Oh.
So you could always tell at Six Flags Great America near Chicago who the roller coaster fanatics were. They were the ones walking around like they had the most massive hangover.
Yes.
Because they went on it 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, because I was like, yay, Shockwave, I'm having fun. Here comes the turn. Here's my head. Do. I remember 4 bounces.
Yeah.
And I had a headache.
Yeah.
That's probably why they got rid of it.
It is probably why they got rid of it. It didn't stop me from going on it 4 or 5 times.
It was really good.
It was a really good roller coaster.
Oh, man. It should have been at the end in the gift shop, I got my ass kicked by the Shockwave.
See, if you got that shirt, I'd need to get a shirt that just said, I am the Shockwave.
That would be good. That would be good. And then people would get really nervous.
Yes, they would. It's like, oh, domestic abuse. Like, no, roller coasters.
That's not
right.
Fun topics, Alkali.
Fun topic.
Way to do it. Oh, well, I was gonna say about Orlando is my favorite theme park was Islands of Adventure, and I still think they have it. But part of it is Harry Potter World now, or is it just all Harry Potter World?
Harry Potter took over because
Money.
yeah, sure.
That's the reason.
I was trying to make a Hagrid reference, and my brain just went, hey, Shockwave.
That's fair.
Also, John Cole, Dueling Dragons. Ain't no.
That Dueling Dragons was my favorite roller coaster. It had the coasters like intertwined.
Wait, was that a thing?
Yeah, and they
I
were
never
like,
heard of this. Where was it?
The Islands of Adventure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if they still have the roller coaster of Dueling Dragons or not. Chad would have to tell me.
As in, oh my God.
What's that?
It's a transphobic world after all, and we're trying to fix that.
Harry Potter and the Closet of Turfs. Oh no!
God, I was so disappointed when I heard about it.
They're all like, oh geez, yeah, totally. Let's reclaim Harry Potter World and let's just turn it into the next thing, right? Why can't it be the next thing? No one's gonna care about Harry Potter anymore.
It's gone. Dueling Dragons is gone.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, that makes me mad. But the Hulk was, someone mentioned the Hulk, and that was fantastic.
What is the Hulk?
The Hulk goes, hey, I think I figured out a cure for my Hulkism. Oh no, it's happening again. And then you go, vroom, and it shoots you upwards.
Oh my God.
And then you shoot upwards toward the sky, and then it does all the roly-dolies. And you go under a bridge, and it's great. And my mom did it, and we got to watch her be terrified. And that was the last roller coaster she ever did.
It is funny you mentioned that.
Really?
My mom didn't get terrified on a roller coaster. She got terrified, and I don't know what you classify these as. I'm sure there's a name for them.
Spinny Winnie?
No.
Okay.
Where you're sitting in a room on moving chairs, but the screen in front of you gives you the illusion of movement.
Like Back to the Future?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a space shuttle flight. And I'll never forget this. My mother was something very special and very unique. She had the ability she put up with me for such a long time that she was the queen of cool. That is how my mom was. And we went on this space shuttle ride. And it was like stadium seating. So your back row higher, and then it went down, and we were in the dead center. And the ride started. And my saint of a mother looked over at my father and goes, oh, we're not gonna move. And I'm like, oh, you're in for a surprise, because we all have monkey brains and it's about to get tricked.
Oh, it's funny.
So the ride starts. We have not gotten to the dialogue yet. We are the equivalency of the car pulling out of the station on a real roller coaster. And my mother goes, oh, shit. In a ride that was filled with children.
Oh my God.
Now my mother is apologizing during the ride where there is dialogue. And finally the ride starts, and she is quiet and she is gripping the seats, and she got the full 3D experience.
Oh no.
Because during the asteroid field where we were weaving in and out, the young child sitting behind my mother purged.
Oh my God.
It was okay because it was stadium seating. The child purged up and over. My mom was under the waterfall of bad.
Oh.
We exited the ride. My mother perfectly did not react to it. Didn't say anything. Didn't want to make the kid feel bad. And as we exited the ride, she goes, I am done for the day. I am going to wait in the car. Like, well, mother, we have multiple hours here. It's fine. I just want to think.
Oh my God. She has to process everything.
You do.
Those things are like the two worst things old people hate the most: movement and technology.
And children.
It's a triple whammy.
It is a triple whammy.
That's bad.
Would you like some tequila?
I would love some tequila.
I brought you a sipping glass.
Okay, give me some tequila.
Again, we asked the chat, what are you guys drinking out there? It is 3 o'clock out by, almost 4 o'clock by us. I know it's 5 by you guys. So who's enjoying a cocktail?
I am.
All right, Reno Wolf is drinking Moscato out of a Burger King cup. Dude, you do you.
Oh, KP, Epcot. You reminded me of my favorite ride that I knew. You know how dark I was as a kid?
I'm very aware of how dark you were as a kid. Let them know.
All right. Our first trip to Epcot Center, there's some ride that's like it's the story of technology, and you follow a family, like it's the same family, and like their technology gets like, oh, we have a microwave now, and then like you go to the next place, like, hey, look at our new robot, but they're all like older, and I'm just waiting for and they always sing the next song when you go to the next level, and I want the graveyard with all the cool like electronic tombstones in the future synthwave verse. And they're just like, the skeletons dancing and singing.
Oh my God.
I think I was in grade school when I said that to my dad.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. But he liked it.
The Carousel of Progress.
That
Yes,
was
Eddie.
it.
Yes.
Just fucking, gravestones next time. Why not?
If I remember correctly, the Carousel of Progress was one of the late, great John Panette's favorite rides at the theme park. Do you remember why?
Why?
It was air conditioned.
Ha!
Sounds like my kind of ride.
It's like, oh, wow. That's funny.
So we have a lot of good ones in there to everyone having a cocktail. Dude, cheers, raise a glass to everything going on. But I did see one of them, and it reminds me of a moment that we shared.
Woo! Sorry.
Bloody Marys.
Oh, Bloody Marys.
Xander loves Bloody Marys.
Mm-hmm.
And a few years ago, we took a trip to Door County. Now, Door County out by us is a more rustic tourism center. We went a little bit off the grid. We kind of rented a house out in the middle of nowhere. It was wonderful. It had a lake, but more importantly, it was near a town. Uh-oh.
I was just laughing there saying that like it should be in Epcot because it's educational and boring.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
Great Foxen, the moment this stream is done, we will also be having fizzy cherry cola. Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We went to Door County and ended up finding a mimosa and Bloody Mary tour. Now, I wouldn't have found this except for one thing, and this gave me a lot more respect for Door County. This alcoholic tour did not start at noon. It did not start at 11. It started at 7 a.m. I'm like, that's my kind of tour. I want to meet the people who are going to go organized bar hopping at 7 a.m. And we did. And it was amazing.
Wow.
So the main thing to take away from this story is Door County is all about tourism, and I love that. But their tourism is all based out of a small area, so all of them know each other. And we met a gentleman on this tour that we then encountered later that night as the Haunted Trolley Ride tour guide, an amazing older gentleman who that night came dressed in a death shroud, but this morning was just dressed in his Sunday best, a sports coat, a tie, and hanging out with all the people that think it's good to get drunk at 7 a.m. We were on a trolley bus full of 20 people, went to the first bar, and that's when we realized that at least a quarter of the people on this tour had no intention of drinking. And I am loud and boisterous.
Yes, you are.
And I took their drinks.
Oh.
So at 9 a.m., I believe, we had decided that the greatest invention ever is a burger on top of a Bloody Mary, because I had had 3.
You're yelling.
It sounds like me.
I know. I'm just waiting for everyone to bust us.
I have no problem with that.
Okay. As long as we're okay. All right.
The tour went on for 3 hours. I believe that our grand total was about 16 drinks between the two of us. They approached us when we started loudly and drunkenly talking about, they're going to kick us off this thing. The tour guide came up to us and goes, guys, you're the most entertaining thing we've had on here in months. You're not getting kicked off.
Oh, man. That was so fun.
It was. I enjoyed but we didn't steal it. We tried to. The bottle of Baron Jaeger from the first bar. The waitress, the barkeep at the first bar was having so much fun with us. They gave us shots of Baron Jaeger at 8 a.m. Baron Jaeger is a honey Jaeger. It is an absolutely delicious drink, whether served cold or room temperature. It's really a personal preference. But they gave us so much of it that Xander started pouring it into his water bottle that he had finished. And they caught us for like, hey, what's in your water bottle? And Xander goes, water. And the tour guide goes, do you mean piss? Because that looks like piss.
It's a PG-13 pedal. Woo!
Piss is PG-13.
Okay.
Piss is fine.
Yeah, piss is fine.
This is my outside voice.
I know. Oh my God. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I haven't had alcohol in a while. This is really going to my head.
Yeah, we usually do fizzy cherry cola.
I had this before and I forgot.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Yeah. I had to get lit. You gotta loosen up, man. Gotta loosen up. You know how it goes.
Cosmic. Nothing called Jaeger is drinkable. Jägermeister got me through my World of Warcraft years. 1 part Jägermeister, 3 parts root beer. Tastes exactly like those root beer barrel candies that you used to have when you were a kid. It's a classic drink for drunkards.
Oh, I do miss our stupid little tourism days, just going to little weird things. I can't wait to go back to said things.
I do.
Like, one of the things we did was just like that was, I believe, on the same trolley, but it was the haunted.
That was that night.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Actually, I was very skeptical going into this. I thought it would be super touristy. I don't know if it's going to be the same everywhere, but we went on a haunted tour of Door County. A gentleman went out there, took people around, took you to the location, and told these amazing old stories at the location.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys.
It was so good.
If you don't even believe in ghosts, which I mostly, I like to believe. I like to think like there's like spirits and stuff jostling us and turning on your TV at night and wondering what the hell happened.
The day that we can say we actually understand reality, seriously,
there you go.
I'm okay with people believing in whatever, because you can't know.
But even if you don't, what I'm saying is, fucking planes are. Anyway, I didn't.
I wasn't the first one to swear.
No, I said. What I was gonna say was the plane interrupted me.
Well, that's what I was gonna say too.
Oh, it sucks.
That's ghosts. People believe in ghosts.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Even if you don't believe in ghosts, it's super entertaining because the guy tells you a lot of history about the town and like who bought what houses, who used to live here. It's like super interesting for that angle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you get to go through lived through houses that have been there since the Civil War, and it's so cool. I love that part. Because I'm sure you can relate. Living in the suburbs, we tear all our stuff down, man.
Oh, yeah.
As Eddie Izzard will say.
Well, I lucked out. I grew up in a place called Palos Heights, which is, I lived on 124th Street. On 143rd Street, and the same one I almost lived on, is Bachelor's Grove Cemetery.
Yes.
One of the most haunted places in the United States. So as a youth, once we got the ability to drive a car, because we were also nerds and had nothing better to do with our time, when we weren't LARPing and playing D&D, we went to Bachelor's Grove. And I have a lot of really good memories from there. I mean, even if you're not a believer in the supernatural, something as classic as a graveyard that was decommissioned in 1890 that not only is an overgrown, still functional graveyard, but is literally backing up to the most putrid swamp imaginable and surrounded by forests that used to have homesteads in them, which have been abandoned since the early 1900s and have become dilapidated and overgrown. It is legitimately one of the spookiest places you can go. Believe in ghosts or not, I absolutely love that location.
You have flying orbs when you get pictures taken with you and stuff.
Yes, we did have the orb picture. It's really kind of funny. When we were young, all we could talk about was going to the cemetery. We took a picture, we developed the picture, and in most of the pictures, there was one or more will-o-wisps, orbs in the picture that definitely were not there in real life. And as youth, we're like, oh my God, dude, there were actually ghosts. And for a moment, I was taken and I believed. And then I realized one of my friends smoked. All it was the ash in the air reflecting off the camera flash. But for a moment, it was really cool. Really cool.
Of course. I do think that they keep it that way now just because it's probably a tourist. At some point, it's like The Room. The movie, if you make something bad enough, it becomes good.
Okay, that's a valid point.
So some dude did not want to cut the lawn and just went and went and went until you get the curve of bad lawn to phenomenal lawn. We can market this.
Okay, all right, fine.
Yeah, it's scary now.
Hey, I don't like
Do they charge like entry or no? You just go there.
Bachelor's
right?
Grove. Technically, you're not supposed to go there.
I know, right?
Yeah,
right.
it's all closed off. You have to actually walk quite a distance because everything that you could reach by car is closed off. But yeah, and you want to go at night, which all parking around it is totally closed off. So yeah, they don't want you to go there.
Yeah,
but that doesn't change the fact that it's cool.
Someday they're gonna be like, we gotta charge entry, and you're gonna see like people like, you're using my grandpa's gravestone to pay up. I need them royalties.
I need them.
What? Serious?
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
So everyone out there, do we have believers in the chat, or are you like
That's
me
not
and a
something
skeptic?
you want to ask.
Why?
Oh, okay, fine.
Why not?
All right, fine. In ghosts.
Oh my God, Gray Fox and Will-O-Wisps are just kitsunes following you for pets.
Aw. Oh man, but then you can't pet the ghost doggo. It's just cold. It's like the worst thing. It's like it's like the Twilight Zone.
I do like
The
the Twilight
doggo
Zone.
that you cannot pet. You cannot pet the
Wait,
dog.
you can't pet the doggo?
You can't pet the
This
doggo.
is truly the bad place.
It is.
This is the bad place.
It's the bad place. You can't pet the doggo, and they're so cute. Yes.
Ensign, cheers.
So, for those of you who follow us, know that I've somehow gotten Alkali into rocket cars.
Rocket League is so stupidly fun.
It is, right?
I can't believe I'm playing a video game.
It's been around for years, and finally, I never thought you would. Whips, nice Zima.
Oh God, Zima, that's great.
Oh wow.
I also want to believe in zombie ghosts.
Zombie ghosts? Is that like? Oh my God.
I appreciate Rocket League. Rocket League is everything that a Chicagoan wants. Horrible driving and slamming your car into things.
Oh, I'm familiar with that.
That sounds like Chicago. It's just how Chicago works. Like, I've been to Florida. I've driven through Florida. Respect. Florida, you guys understand what turn signals are. In Chicago, we have turn warnings. It's click, meow. Wait, 4 lanes? Screw it. Meow. Through the median? Who cares? Never. I don't care.
Okay, fine. Hey, the cops might shut us down. It'd be really cool.
Dude, it happened before.
I know.
We had the cops show up on one of our podcasts.
They did. Oh, that was hysterical.
That was fun.
Oh, and everyone was freaking out in the chat. It was wonderful.
Yeah, remember? Oh, I
when
almost said
Alkali was
something stupid.
Yeah, don't say that.
Yep, I stopped.
Don't. What was that Boozy says? Don't incriminate yourself. I'm sure he should make it a song. Get together with Pepper and just crank that shit out.
Since we mentioned it, a huge shout out really quick. Kage, Boozy, by the way, the people who were just on the stream, Fox, Pepper, Cosmic, Rhubarb. Oh my God, you guys nailed it. Thank you so much for putting together the live music. And of course, KP, always a pleasure performing with you. I've seen you in the chat. For everyone who is performing out there, making COVID a little bit better for others, guys, cheers. My hat is off for you, but my head is cold, so I'm leaving the hat on.
Oh man, speaking of nostalgia, we are in Chicago. And there's something pops up on the Netflix. And of course, it reminds me of the last time Chicago was good at basketball. And it just makes me go back to that time period. Like, oh man, remember when the Bulls were winning championships?
I do.
I actually was able to high five a friend that I, didn't have to delouse for 2 weeks.
So I've got my coworker understanding the Force 5.
Oh,
Force
yeah.
5.
Yeah.
I got them doing it. It worked.
Of course. Demolition Man, right?
I love Demolition Man.
And it's canon now, right? Like, if that becomes a thing, that's how we got there. Now we just have to find out how Taco Bell wins the franchise wars, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot Taco Bell's in charge.
Every restaurant is Taco Bell.
So, Fox, I'm glad we could entertain you with bitching about America.
I mean, that's like half our material, so.
I think the part I like, the part that will now forever be in my mind about Demolition Man is year 1 of First Squared. We had the theme of the end is just the beginning, because First Squared was originally supposed to be a once ever convention. So when we decided to make it a reoccurring convention, because we realized how much work goes into making a convention, we're like, no, we're not just doing this once. We already put we've already put it together. one of the things we wanted to do for the what do you call it? A world after it's been destroyed, like a shitty world. Thank you, apocalyptic world. Because I always thought that the world from that movie, help me out,
Mad Max.
Nope.
No.
From Demolition Man was slightly after the apocalypse. I wanted to put 3 seashells in every bathroom stall in the hotel. But we were so worried about what people would do with them that I got outvoted by 1 vote. And I will forever want to do that.
You would find desecrated seashells.
We would definitely find desecrated seashells.
I mean, they are, if they're just seashells, but they would be definitely, it would be messy.
Xander?
What?
I blame the sea.
I blame the sea. By the way, I will quote Space Ghost Coast to Coast nonstop if he doesn't stop me. So.
I cannot believe how much you got me into that show.
Space Ghost.
It's one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen.
It's one of my favorite thoughts. Let's go to the chat a little bit. What are you guys up to, guys? Thank you for joining us again. What?
Scarlett, a couple of weeks ago, my dad and I went to Taco Bell, and he called the Cinnabons Cinnabunnies.
Oh, Cinnabunnies.
The furries are taking over. Cinnabunnies.
That was like when you were doing the box thing earlier. You had a little snake with a lay. I was like, oh, he's on Snakeation.
Oh, Snakeation.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great? Oh, look, Snakeation could be a thing.
Oh, my God.
Hawaiian shirts. What?
Gray Foxin'. All right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alkali. I am one of the founders of First Squared. Honestly, one of the most proud things I've done in my life. I had the ability to work with my friends to start a convention from the ground up. And because of that, we really wanted to do unique things, which led to an entire meeting being sidelined because of 1 sentence. Allow me to share that sentence with you. Well, sitting on his laptop, and I wish I could remember who it was. I want to say it was Fur, but it might have been Dragor or Kataze or Tobe. It was one of us. But somebody looks up and goes, hey, guys, did you know we could mail potatoes? The entire meeting stopped. And we said, what? You can mail potatoes through the United States Postal Service, and we created the official Fur Squared potato. 2 hours later, we had distribution networks set up until one of the smarter board members said, hey, guys, maybe we shouldn't send potatoes to 500 people. I disagreed, but I was outvoted.
I mean, you're sending them batteries, right? We all played Portal 2, right? Or did that experiment in grade school. Isn't that right? A potato is like a power source?
There's a way to turn a potato into a power source, and I don't know how, but it's something we should learn.
You're the science guy.
Yeah, I know.
The science guy. And it's just you failing at science. And it's like, and then everyone, it's the garage explodes.
Let's see if you remember this one. So he got annoyed because I would watch these nonstop for background, but I would lose track and then just laser focus in on it. I used to watch a show called How It's Made, like as they came out, and rewatch them. And Xander, when you yelled at me about watching that, what did I tell you was the reason I was watching?
Oh my God.
Do you remember?
Were preparing for the apocalypse,
I
right?
was preparing for the apocalypse.
Oh my God.
We need to know how to make all these things. There was a 40-minute documentary on H2, History Channel 2, when all they started showing was Storage Wars and
You're being a prepper with How It's Made. That's not what it's for.
How It's Prepped.
How It's Prepped.
How It's Prepped.
Holy shit. I was just a dude in a bunker. But they get like a beard down to his feet.
And a bunch of Barbie dolls.
How It's Prepped.
Hi.
Thanks for watching Alkali the Science Guy. Now it's time for How It's Prepped. It's just you with a big beard. It's like obviously pasted on. And I'm picturing Alkali the Science Guy. We're making meth.
I do love this one. There is a How It's Made episode on uranium 450 or whatever, the one that you actually use in nuclear plants. Like, this should not be here. So I've watched that 12 times, mainly so I know if somebody else is making it. See, I'm helping America.
Oh my God.
If you see something, say something. And what I'm going to say is, way to go, 13 stripes, 50 stars, and a hell of a lot of red.
Cheers. I'm picturing Bill Nye the Science Guy, where he just like, and today we're learning how to make an explosive device, and the FBI just comes in and tackles him. Holy shit.
All right. Here's one for how old you are. He says I'm a science guy. Growing up, obviously, as we all grow up, we all have different ways we think our life would go. Growing up, I legitimately thought that my life would be science. I'm going to dedicate my life to science. So as a preteen, how do you dedicate your life to science?
Oh, no.
You find a copy of the Anarchist Cookbook.
Oh, no.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay. For those of you who are not old enough, this is a real thing. It was a PDF file that you could find online of 100 pages telling you how to make a bunch of stuff that probably does not exist.
Guys, if you ever want to make an old person depressed, just say the phrase old internet. Like, it's
AOL chat rooms.
AOL chat rooms.
Not being able to make a phone call while you were on the internet.
Right.
I remember that.
That's right. I would not want to wake up my parents because the modem would make a really loud noise.
Oh, that's the loudest.
They were upstairs, and the computer would just resonate throughout the whole house.
It
oh my God.
did have LSD in it, yes.
Oh my God. Wait, what?
Holy crap. Hazard, really?
Huh?
That's amazing. Hazard says my mom had a physical copy from the 70s.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it became a PDF.
It did. It did.
Oh, okay. We learned something today. The Dragon Show. What?
You've got mail. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, wait. Oh, you got mail.
You've got mail.
I believe I found out. Oh, someone asked about Space Ghost. AOL bought Space Ghost and effectively canceled it.
I remember hearing that. That's really a shame.
And
yeah, AOL, you didn't get the joke.
Look up Space Ghost Coast to Coast. You can find lists, and they have a lot of them online for free because they don't care anymore. They're not profiting it anymore, so a lot of them are just on there. It's good times. We're going to go to the chat a little bit more to talk a bit more about chemistry and things that we shouldn't be talking about.
I lost the name of who said it, but somebody had their chemistry teacher arrested for making meth. Did he go on to make a very popular television show? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, someone got the idea. I can make a show out of this. I can make the best show of all time, basically. You've got spam.
Scarlett, we live right next to Midway Airport. It is a constant flow of airplanes and, I don't know, shootings. That's how it works.
Oh, we're right outside.
Yeah, we're
right on the precipice.
Right on the it's fun.
Yeah, but you just have to know. Just don't go over there. You're good.
Scarlett wants to know if any of us have seen Airplane. Scarlett, I will always remember Airplane because my parents said the following line while we watched as a family the original Airplane. Wait a minute. You can have tits in PG?
Tits?
Yep, no, that was my dad. You can have tits in PG? And my mother just, you can't call them tits in front of the children. She's like, they just saw them.
That's amazing.
It's so good.
Holy crap.
Oh, Affy. Airplane's a classic. It's to this day, it holds its own. Airplane is one of the classic goofball comedies up there with Top Secret for the backward scene, which, by the way, even if you've seen the backward scene in Top Secret, go online, go look at the making of that scene. One of the greatest things put to television. And the lesser known, it's one of my favorites from childhood, Silence of the Hams.
Oh, I never saw Silence of the Hams.
It's got Dom DeLuise. That's all I needed.
I saw it I worked at a video store, and I would always see it on the shelf.
Silence of the Hams was a classic one.
Nice.
Also, very weird for me, Silence of the Hams being one of my favorite goofball comedies growing up. And then one day I'm like, yes, I will be an adult and I will watch this blockbuster, Titanic. The main character from Silence of the Hams is the husband from Titanic, so I couldn't take it seriously at all.
I actually have a recommendation because a lot of people know the classic goofball comedies. One that is lost by history and is really funny and a lot of people have never heard of.
Which one?
Is called Fatal Instinct, which is
that's classic.
That most people have never heard of.
Really?
It was on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Maybe HBO sometimes.
Yeah.
Most people have never heard of Fatal Instinct.
It's the classic formula.
It's Fatal
Attraction
and Basic Instinct. and every other crime killer thing at the time.
Yes.
And so it was starring the bad guy from the first Judge Dredd.
Oh my God, is it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I'm sure you're right. I just don't remember
when
that.
Sylvester goes, "You betrayed the law," and the guy goes, "Ugh."
Yes.
That's the main character.
Awesome.
So it's a good one. Yeah, look up Fatal Instinct. It's good stuff.
All right, there's two things we would normally do at this point in the show if we were doing a traditional podcast, and that's go to our Patreon questions and do shout-outs. So this show is for Megaplex. Let's go to the chat. If you guys have any questions you want to answer, basically we're just going to riff off them anyway, and then we're probably going to give you a shout-out. So if you have any questions, let us know. But once again, let's take a moment. We are The Dragon Show. My name is Alkali Bismuth. This is Xander the Blue. You can find us on
all the things.
All the things. How do they find us on Twitter?
Dragon Show on Twitter and also Alkali_Bismuth, and I'm just Xander the Blue, all one word.
Right.
So there you go. Yep. And we're Dragon Show on YouTube as well. And you're going to go to Megaplex, which is right here.
And again, to our wonderful and gracious host, Megaplex, earlier this morning, I found out that in 2021, I will still be the guest of honor at Megaplex. You've warmed an old man's heart. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all that you do. You guys are one of the conventions that are trying this first. It is so scary to see. Thank you for getting out there and giving people something to watch during COVID. To Euroference, which I know is streaming at the same time, to you as well. I am blown away by the ingenuity of the fandom to make something like this happen after never having to do it before. Yeah. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. We gotta learn, baby.
Best Girl Scout cookie, and why is it samosas? All right, Black Claw.
Thin mints.
It's hysterical. We were literally just talking about this, and I do challenge your samosas, which are an amazing cookie, but have you tried Thin Mints in the freezer into a food processor on top of a really good pure vanilla ice cream? You stand corrected.
Oh, yeah, Thin Mints for life. Exactly, Cameron. That's what I say. You got to order the peanut butter ones. I like the peanut butter ones.
The peanut butter ones are so hit or miss for me because they're another one I want to freeze, but I feel like they're going to break my teeth.
Because you put everything in the freezer.
Everything belongs in the freezer. It's where it's cold and happy.
At least I know where to find the candy bars if we ever get them.
Stop finding my Twix bars.
Okay, guys, I don't know if they have this anymore, but I'm a Costco member. I haven't been there for a long time for obvious reasons. But they had adult Freezy Pops once.
Yep.
When you were a kid, the Freezy Pops that were just in plastic, they were that with vodka cranberry and other flavors. It was just, you freeze them. I'm surprised they're legal. Right?
Yeah,
it's like an LSD Tootsie Pop. That's just kind of weird, right? Maybe you make it for the kids.
Oh, good. This is a touchscreen.
Yeah.
Sean asks, what's the worst topping on a pizza and why is it pineapple?
I
Sean,
love pineapple.
I am never going to disagree with somebody who says that pineapple is bad on a pizza because that person might not have had it with the proper sauce. A true Hawaiian pizza is based on the sauce. If you've only had a Hawaiian pizza with the improper bad sauce, I understand why you wouldn't like it. And since we as people have to base our life off experience, I will not argue with you. But I will tell you, give pineapple a chance. Try it with the proper sauce.
Give pineapple a chance.
Give pineapple a chance.
Right.
All we want to do is eat some grains and pineapple on a large pizza.
You're not a vegetarian. No. Oh, now I want pizza.
Cameron, pineapple is amazing on a pizza, but once again, it comes down to the sauce. I would say that some of the worst pizzas I've ever had are Hawaiian pizzas because it depends on the sauce, and most pizza places don't use a separate sauce for the pizzas. Fat Man has spoken.
Yes, we are in Chicago. Favorite pizza in Chicago?
My favorite pizza in Chicago? Unpopular opinion. Baracco's pizza is the Baracco's deep dish pizza is slightly better than the Giordano's because of, and this is so cheesy, but it's true, love. My parents knew the owners of the Bracos franchise.
Oh,
they are some of the
wow.
nicest people you've ever met. And then I had their deep dish pizza. It's phenomenal. If you ever get a chance, Bracos, not Giordano's. Giordano's is still amazing. Bracos.
Was that in one of your episodes of Cooking Show? Do they add love? Does that make it better?
Why don't you tell everyone the original idea for my cooking show, how it was going to end every time?
So the original Cooking with Alkali, every episode was going to end with him failing to make said thing.
Because I'm not a good cook.
Yes. And during the closing credits, in the background is him getting the pizza from the pizza man at the door. That would be the closing credits of every Cooking with Alkali. Because every Cooking Out with Alkali should end in failure.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You have no idea how many episodes of Cooking with Alkali we've scrapped because I've totally screwed up everything and we end up just eating mush for dinner. Tasty mush, but mush.
Hey, Alkali, what should I call this episode? How to make the piece of crap that took forever to make. Okay.
I'm a very sad person sometimes.
No.
It's actually weird. If you've ever watched our show, John Here John, a.k.a. John the Human, when we were younger, pranking was a thing. When we were younger, shut up.
Yeah,
they don't need to know about what he just did.
Okay.
Well, one of the things that he would go into my house when we were on vacation and turn all the light fixtures upside down. So all the lights in the house, you had to go up to turn them off instead of down. And that would drive me crazy. So first off, I learned how to redo electric sockets. So that was nice. But more importantly, the biggest one that he wanted to do was a voice recorded doorbell that whenever somebody rang the bell, it would just be his voice booming through the house. Boom! Pizza's here, fat ass!
Oh.
Yes, Terry, John the Human, because I think I speak for all of us when I say that furry is so inclusive that we want to bring everyone in, that if somebody wants their persona to be a human because they just truly don't see themselves as an animal, I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah, humans are animals.
Yeah,
sure.
we are definitely, we have monkey brains.
That's why they're in BoJack.
That's right.
That's exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, just nothing but animals.
Hey, KP wants to know something, Xander.
What's that?
Would you like to join us on Mad Libs tomorrow?
Oh, well, sure.
Well, KP, thank you so much. It looks like we have another contestant.
Uh-oh.
Cheers.
Thank you very
Where's
much,
your drink?
KP. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll do some Mad Libs. I remember Mad Libs.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, Mad Libs makes me think of long trips in the car, trying to kill time because we didn't have Game Boys back then. Damn it! I mean, we did, but we couldn't afford them.
Yeah.
Did you ever have the Game Boy or no?
No. My first Game Boy came when I came into college, and literally, and as a college student who could still remember his childhood, this broke me. Finding a Nintendo flip screen on the street that worked. Yes. Somebody rage quit a Nintendo and threw a Game Boy onto the street, and it became my property. Something that as a child would have been the apex of my childhood.
Oh, man.
Technology is amazing.
You kids with your lit screens. Back in my day, I had to. You couldn't play the Game Boy in the dark. They were not a lit screen.
There's your question.
What was the worst
Just say the name.
PBS show you? Oh, hey Armand. Hey Xander. What was the worst PBS show you watched as a kid? PBS
Need
show.
some help?
Yes, please.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Dude, I love that show. I mean,
I loved that show until they got to the best part of Carmen Sandiego was whenever they would use America as the final thing. Because at the end of Carmen Sandiego, the final round, they would have stanchions, those things that stop you from cutting in line at McDonald's,
Yes.
and little nodes on the ground where you would put the stanchions as they named like states or capitals. And when it came to the United States, all the kids were like, what the hell? I live in Wyoming. Why would I need to know about North Dakota? And all Americans are awful.
I guarantee you those nodes were just some dude who flipped on the light. It's like, is that Madagascar? Yeah, that's Madagascar.
That's Madagascar. Yeah, that's cool.
Let's give it to him.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's like, all right, you put it on China, but we're going to give you that point because we are Americans.
Oh, but worst PBS. I mean, obviously, I have to give it to it because, well, retroactively, picture pages.
Picture pages?
Picture pages, time to get your picture page. As I finish the song, you'll understand why it's bad.
Okay.
Time to grab your crayons and your pencils. Picture pages, time to do the picture page. Time to have Bill Cosby do a picture page with you.
That's bad.
Yeah. Bill Cosby taught me how to draw. And that's kind of weird. And he had a pen friend that came to life. And it was horrifying. It was just a dude in a green screen. Like, oh shit, here comes Penny. Well, here comes. It was just like, hi, Bill Cosby, grab me. And it was just.
So let's see how your Saturday Night Live knowledge is. So you mean the pen is mightier, or better known as?
The sword.
The penis mightier.
Oh my God.
You don't remember that one?
No.
Oh, it's a classic Saturday Night Live when they did Jeopardy, Celebrity Jeopardy.
Wow.
We have 5 minutes left.
Yes.
So at this point, I need 3 people to do shout outs for. The first one will be SoFox. SoFox, that was the first message on there.
All right.
A shout out to SoFox. He is so much a fox. How much of a fox is he? Trail off your voice here and go to the next one.
Because it's like a sofa is always stuffed. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, then what?
I was being polite.
He's a fox. He's probably used to that stereotype. Sorry,
Next
SoFox.
one.
Thank you so much.
Axel Cleft. Axel got his name in a really weird way. Axel was one of those stuntmen that you see in the movies. They get under the train and grab on and get dragged along. He was the first person to try that with a car, not knowing that the axle in the car rotates. So he grabbed on the axle, it stretched him out, and as we know, things that are stretched out are foxes. Next one.
Okay.
And finally, Eddie the Weather Fox.
Yes.
Our final shout out goes to Eddie the Weather Fox. Eddie the Weather Fox, known as that not because he can predict the weather, not because he can control the weather, but because Eddie smoked so much that his entire house turned into a cloud. And that cloud was raining. It's rain and THC.
Oh my God, if that happened.
If it started raining THC, maybe I wouldn't move out of America. It is legal.
We'd have a much more lax time. Thank you so much, Eddie. Thanks for sending that storm over here in Chicago. That was crazy.
That was a cool storm.
Holy. The hail. I was sending you video of hail in our front yard. It was bonkers. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Thank you for our patrons who support us on Dragon Show and on YouTube and everything. Thank you, Megaplex, again, for allowing us to do this panel. And is there anything else you want to say?
Last things I just want to say is, once again, thank you to all the people who make this possible. To everyone who has never volunteered at a convention, always remember, behind the scenes is where the magic happens. If you've ever want to become part of the furry community, when conventions start again, or even now, as we live in the land of the internet, volunteer at conventions. It's one of the most worthwhile things you can do. Thank you again to Megaplex, and of course, do not forget their charity, whose name I had on the screen and is gone now. But guys, we are furries. We help those who can't help themselves. If you can give, give. And if you can't, don't worry about it. The furry fandom is on the case, and it's going to be okay.
Okay. Let's see. What time is it? Well, we got 2 minutes.
We got Care. Thank you. It was Care. Honestly, let's just put all the cards on the table. I knew it started with a C, and I couldn't get the word COVID out of my head, and I didn't want to say, let's donate to COVID. So
let's donate to COVID.
Let's donate to COVID.
Oh, that spiky bitch. She needs some money. I mean, it's like always in the news.
I mean, seriously, what 19-year-old do you know that doesn't need money? And COVID is 19, so yeah.
Oh, my God. Really? Shut up, Dad. I'm going to my room. I'm an adult now.
If you're under my house, it's my room. You don't have a room.
You gotta kick him out of this house. I'm telling you, he should be outside. COVID really should be outside. We have air conditioning in here. You can just blow around everywhere.
You know what? We'll end with that. To all the youths of America whose parents have ever used the line on them, you're under my room, so it's my rules. Guys, don't forget, if you're 18 or over, get out there and vote. Because it may be their roof, but it's your country.
Yeah.
I don't care who you vote for. This year, get out there and vote. Show America where we stand. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alkali Bismuth.
I'm Xander the Blue. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Megaplex.
Thank you. And hopefully they'll shut us off.